Hey, it's been a while. Welcome back, welcome back. I don't know who needs to hear this. I don't know who you are watching this video, but this is a thing I'm seeing in my personal life as well as online with some friends on Discord. But if you are in a relationship, this might not be for you, but consider sharing this with a friend who's not. But that relationship you're thinking of getting into, or that situationship you are currently in, if there are any red flags you are already spotting before you've started dating officially, do not bother and just save yourself the headache and cut it now. I wanted to get that out right here in the beginning in case you didn't have time to watch the rest of the video, but if you have time, just hear me out, okay? Because this is from personal experience and just based off what I've been seeing around me. If you watched my Demon Slayer video about a month ago, I touched on this in the end, but to keep it super brief, I'm not a storytime channel, but there was a girl I was interested in and I wanted a relationship. And they said they would like one too, but they just weren't ready, but they kept treating our friendship as if we were already together. And instead of calling out that toxicity, I kind of just accepted it and dealt with being strung along. Because it honestly felt nice having someone there and being as close as I can to, having a girlfriend. But eventually, it got cut off since there really weren't any strings attached and it sucked. It made me depressed for a while and it really soiled my view on relationships for a good long time. So, I get that people have similar life experiences, but just different ways that they occur. For example, you and me, we can both have gotten a girlfriend, but for me, it might have been easier, and you, it might have taken longer, it might have been more complicated. I get things can happen differently but reach the same end result. But when it comes to this point, in getting to know someone, that talking stage, that situationship stage, rarely have I seen, let alone does it make sense to put yourself through that kind of position. Because either way, you end up losing. In the moment, I get it, it's awesome, you have a girl you can act lovey-dovey with, and technically there's no strings attached. But then when you think of it, why would you want that? You're hanging out with this girl, you're being boyfriend and girlfriend and everything but title. You're spending money on them when going out, getting them gifts, and they're not even really your girlfriend. I've seen it time and time again, those actions. When you're really down bad for someone, bro, it's super easy to let the red flags slide. It'll be easy to justify anything they do because you have the end goal of maybe we'll get together. But that's just because you're being led on and there's no clear-cut boundary on where your friendship is. So of course you'll let things slide because there's the chance that you might get together. But I'm telling you now, it will not happen, okay? I'm sorry if I'm the bearer of bad news, I'm sorry if I'm pouring the bucket of ice water on your head, but maybe you went through this already and you're relating now, or maybe this hit your algorithm at the right time, but nothing good comes from that. I know I look back now at the stupid excuses I made, the money I spent going out with her, the amount of times I drove to her house and she barely went to mine. Even now, I'm man, I'm letting this out in the open. I'm outing myself for being suckered into this, spot. But my views on dating is pretty vanilla, I guess. If we're not dating to, be serious, not even to marry. I get nowadays people don't want to get married as much as in the past, but at least date to stay together. I never understood dating just to have somebody there as a fling or just for a good time. Because if this person isn't going to be, a lifelong investment in your life or a lifelong partner, why are we wasting our effort and money on these people? But if you're looking to hook up with everyone and have a fling with everyone, all power to you, go have fun. But if you want something that's serious and something that lasts, you need someone who's in that same mindset too, or at least set that expectation straight with the other person early on so neither of you are wasting each other's time. Because bro, getting attracted to someone and being deeply attached to them and they don't feel the same way, that eats at you, man, and you'll overthink like crazy. If you've been there, it's just not fun. But if you're in this predicament watching this, or if you feel now that you might be getting into that, I think the best thing you can do is something that I just said not long ago, and that's to communicate literally everything. If this is something you want to work out and you're having uncertainties about anything, you need to bring it up. If my channel demographics are correct, then a majority of you watching this are between 18 and 24 years old. We are too old to have too much going on to be in a will we, won't we situation with someone else. It's childish and it's pathetic, honestly. I know my experience. I asked her, what are we? And I'd lay out what I want from this relationship and they would just say that, oh, I'm not ready, I'm not in a position to date yet. But then we would still call every night and we would be each other's first call to run an errand or something. And it was just messy, it was inconsistent. And yeah, I should have called this out, but I didn't know better at the time, and that's why I'm saying this now. But yeah, if something similar sounding starts to happen to you or is happening, just shut it down. And as much as you don't want to and you'll feel bad, shut it down. Set the boundary and move on with your life. And if she respects you and also wants to build something and she's being real, she'll respect the boundary and let things develop naturally. But if not, she'll leave you, and you honestly saved yourself. Trust me, doing that and feeling bad for a week is better than being strung along, having the relationship die on you, and now you feel worse for the next few months. Protect your heart, man. Protect your peace. I really don't want to sound corny talking about love and how powerful love can be, but love can seriously jack you up if it's one-sided and you're the one on the damaging end. That situationship stuff, man, is just so childish. Like, from what I've seen in friends in real life, as well as just hearing it from buddies on Discord, so much of their confusion and overthinking can either be resolved by just A, talking to the person and figuring out whether to stay or go once they know what page the other person is on, or B, just cut it right then and there. You're not even dating really, like it might feel like it, but if they're not respecting your time and emotions, you owe it to yourself to just leave and be better off alone. One thing that helped me kind of snap out of this mindset of constantly defending a girl I used to have feelings for even though she treated me bad was I got together with some friends and I told them everything. You know, we went to a friend of mine's house, had a few drinks, and I just told them how the dynamic was, how she responded to certain questions, how she treated me, and my friends' reactions said enough. But they would ask for clarification, right? So they would repeat what I just said, and hearing back what I said when they asked me if they heard me right, I was like, oh, oh, interesting. Like, oh, did she really say she's not ruling out a relationship, but then cried about her ex 2 nights later? Like, yeah, she did that. That's crazy. And that's crazy that I even stayed after they did that multiple times. And that's the thing. After that, I snapped out of it and I honestly felt nothing toward them anymore, and I was slowly feeling myself move on. I think you just need to find something from them that gives you the ick. You know, we all know what the ick is. I know it's brain rot internet speak right now, but in this case, I feel like it works. If this person is running through your mind, even though you know they hurt you, just imagine them doing something that you find so annoying that you don't even want to think about it anymore. Like, imagine them saying like per like at the end of a sentence, or period with a T. Like, I don't know. Like, for me personally, like, social media performative activism gets me so mad because, you know, most of these people don't care. Like, it's just annoying. Like, for me, I would probably just imagine them posting some infographic that they don't really give a shit about and just posting it for the aesthetic. And doing that stuff just trains your brain to move on. And honestly, dating is a little overrated. I know that's rich coming from someone who's engaged, but truthfully, it's not the sunshine and rainbows you think it's cut out to be, or how social media chalks it out to be. And not that it's not great, like, it's amazing, don't get me wrong. And I'm not just saying that to cover my own ass, you know, if my fiance sees this. Like, I don't even think she watches my channel to begin with, but it's just one of those things where it's cool if you're in one, it's great, but if you're not, you can still enjoy life, you know, you can still have fulfillment, and you'll continue to be well off if you just be patient and not rush anything. A relationship should be a want, not a need. You should want to be with someone, you should want to live life with a companion, but you shouldn't need to, you know, you shouldn't need to depend on someone else and have your mood dictated by someone else having feelings for you or not. But anyways, all this to say, if you're talking to someone and they're playing games, if they're being wishy-washy, trust me, they're not taking you seriously, and there's only one way it'll end up. And if they are acting like that, you know, that's immature, it's childish, and you don't need that. Not at this point in life that we're in, you know, it's just not worth it. So do yourself a favor, rip the band-aid off if you're going through it. If you see the signs that it's going there, just end it before you get there. Trust me, you will be much better off that way. The right person won't lead you on. The right person will communicate and actually respect you and your time. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry for the inconsistent uploads lately. Life's just been a lot, but I'm trying to get my rhythm back. But until then, take care and be well.